All right, this is one of the operations of set that you need to learn in Math 7. Now, before I'm going to tell you what is this operation of set, I want you to look at the figure below, and you are to identify which elements is outside and which elements is inside. Okay, quadrilateral. Now, let's identify what are the illustrations which are inside and what are the illustrations which are outside. As you can see in the screen, inside the rectangle, no, inside the quadrilaterals are the figure heart, smiley, and triangle. And we have also figures which are outside the quadrilateral. And these are what is this one? This is figures outside the moon and the star. Now, what do you call these objects which are found outside the quadrilateral? And what do you call these objects which are found inside the quadrilateral? And this is what the other operations of set denotes. Okay, now here is the question, another question. The moon and the star figure which are outside the rectangle are called, what do you call this figure which are outside the rectangle? The moon and the star. So actually, those figures represent the complement of the rectangle. Do you know what is a complement? It is very easy to understand what is complement because it denotes outside or which is not included in a certain part or set, and that is one of the operations of set, which is complement of set. Now, what is the definition of complement of set? The complement of set A, written A prime, is the set of elements in the universal set that are not in A. Another way of saying, all those objects which are outside the quadrilateral a while ago are complement of the rectangle. Okay, I will give you more examples about this complement of rectangle. Don't you worry because this is very easy. To let you understand further about complement of set, you have to know about the basic of complement of set. Okay, example. So suppose each of the letter below represents set, and we are to read the following. So suppose A, this is a set, so this is read as set A. And when you are to find out the complement of set A, the symbol for that is A prime, that is set A complement. Read as set A complement or complement of set A. There is prime. Okay, second example, H. Suppose H is a set, and this is read as set H. And for example, we are to find out its complement. Our symbol for complement of set H is H prime. So this is complement of set H. So read as set H complement. Now, let's have an example of a problem. Now, the school trains 5 students for the math challenge. They are Paul, Eileen, Tina, Jonathan, and Erwin. So there are 5 students trained for the math challenge. And for the actual competition, the school sends only top 3. Suppose Paul, Eileen, and Tina were selected for the competitions. Who were not selected? So remember, there are 5 students trained for the math challenge, and only 3 were selected in the final uh, participants. And who are not selected? So we have Paul, Eileen, and Tina. There are 5: Paul, Eileen, Tina, Jonathan, and Erwin. So obviously, Jonathan and Erwin were not selected for the actual competition. Now, here is the formal solution for this. So to summarize, let the universal set whose elements are Paul, Eileen, Tina, Jonathan, and Aaron. So there are 5 students trained for the math challenge. And okay, these are the students trained for the math challenge. And our set A, these are the students who were selected in the final, as final participants for the math challenge. They are Paul, Eileen, Tina. Now, my question is, who among the names here which was not found in A? So we have Paul, we have Eileen, we have Tina. So Jonathan and Erwin were not selected for the final contestant or participants for the math challenge. So therefore, because Jonathan and Erwin were not found on this A, were not included in set A, so therefore Jonathan and Erwin is the complement, is the, okay, so Jonathan and Erwin is the complement of set A. Do you understand? Again, there are 5 contestants. There are Paul, Eileen, Tina, Jonathan, and Erwin, and only Paul, Eileen, and Tina were qualified students for the math challenge. And who were not selected? There are 2, Jonathan and Erwin. And these 2 on the universal set, which was not selected, who were not selected on the math challenge, these students are called as a complement of set A. Now let's proceed to the next. Okay, another example. So how are we going to represent a complement of set in Venn diagram? So how do you still remember the Venn diagram, which I told you in the previous video that we have? So a Venn diagram. How will we represent complement of set? So very important for us to have the U, which represent the universal set, and the set. Now suppose this oval is a set A, which contains all the students who are the final contestants for the math challenge. Okay, they are Paul, Eileen, and Tina. Now, there are students also who were not selected for the as final participants. They are Jonathan, and Erin. So this oval represent the set of students as final participants for the math challenge. And these 2, which are outside the oval, are not were not selected as participants. Now, since these 2 names here were found outside the oval, therefore this Jonathan and Erwin is the complement of set A. Again, set A contains Paul, Eileen, Tina. And these 2 students which are outside the oval or set A, these 2 represent the complement of set A. Another way of saying outside set A. Complement is outside. But still, they are member of the universal set. Now, next, another example. So let U, the universal set, set whose elements are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And our given set is D, set D whose elements are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these numbers on the universal set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 were on set D. And what are the numbers which are not found on D? So from the universal set, look at the numbers here which were not found in here in set D. So these numbers are 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, if you are asked to find out the complement of set D, oh, find the complement of set D, so the answer will be the numbers which are not found on D. So what are the numbers which are found in a universal set but not found on set D? So the answer is D complement is a set whose elements are 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, do you understand? So you are only to find out the numbers which are not included in set D. So this is the base, this is our reference, the universal set. This is the reference, universal set. And this is our given set D, whose elements are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you are to find out complement of set D, you are to look at on the universal set, what are the numbers here which were not included in set D. So therefore, these numbers are 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So obviously, the complement of set D again is a set whose elements are 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I have a challenge. You are to find, how are you going to read this one? How are you going to read this one? So, this is, you read at the outermost. This is the complement of 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 set D. Now, when we say complement, it is associated with the word outside. Again, when we say complement, it is associated with the word outside. So, if this is outside, inside. Okay, again, outside, inside, outside, inside. So therefore, in this challenge, we are referring to the numbers which are inside set D. So what are the numbers which are inside set D? These are the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So therefore, the answer is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the answer for this is this one. Do you understand? So again, to read this one, you start with the outermost. This is the complement of 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 set D. So to make you understand easier, this is outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside, D. So what are, the final is inside D. What are the numbers which are inside D? These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So therefore our answer is a set whose elements are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.